All right, so we have to get into this. Enough's enough. Are y'all trying to bully Caitlin Clark at this point? Y'all are running around acting like a bunch of bullies right now, and it is out of pocket. It's out of line. We have got to get into it. Chelsea Gray, Asia Wilson, Becky Hammon. It sounds like y'all threatening Caitlin Clark at All-Star Weekend. It sounds like a threat. Y'all trying to punk her. Y'all trying to bully. Oh, no, we gonna have us talk.
The basketball world didn't just lose control of the game that night. It looked like the entire system was caught off guard. What unfolded on the court turned into one of those moments people will be talking about for years. In less than 2 minutes, one rising superstar...
To the black lesbians and Asia Wilson. Wow. Let's get right into it, shall we? Like the video, hype the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. Before we get into this, folks, what's going on in the WNBA when it comes to fans talking shit, being mean, saying not nice things? It happens in all sports leagues. These women are just so emotional and so soft, they can't handle it. They've been begging for 30 years, I want attention, but only good attention. As soon as they get that attention, ooh, this is too much attention. Too many people are saying mean things. Too many people are calling me trash. Too many people are saying I can't make layups. Oh my gosh, that person called me a mean name. They're flipping out. They're going cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. And now they're saying, Kathy Engelbert, you have to do something. Pothole6627 is saying not nice things to me on Twitter. Kathy, say something, please. Oh no. Oh no. A random person. Oh, the horror. Chelsea Gray thinks that because she aired this person out, it's going to make people think twice.
Poured in 14 incredible points, slicing through the defense with confidence and making a packed arena jump out of its seats. Every possession felt bigger than the last, and the energy inside the building hit another level. But while fans were still celebrating, another story was reportedly developing away from the cameras. The television broadcast stayed focused on the court.
That's what we're gonna do.
Wait a minute, so at All-Star, we have to have a conversation. Who you gotta have a conversation with? Who you gotta have a conversation with? Caitlin Clark already said what she said. She's already come out and denounced it. She came up and spoke up for black women during her rookie season. She was trying to get y'all paid more money behind the scenes during her rookie season. She spoke out against it again after the Alyssa Thomas situation. What more is there for her to say?
But reports later suggested emotions were running high behind the scenes. After watching such a dominant performance, several respected veterans and people around the league were said to be visibly frustrated. What began as normal competitive emotions reportedly turned into a tense exchange that quickly became one of the biggest talking points surrounding Team USA and the WNBA. To understand why everyone was buzzing afterward, you have to go back to those unforgettable 2 minutes. The game was tied, the pressure was huge, and the opposing coaching staff had clearly built its defensive game plan around slowing her down. Every move seemed designed to make life difficult.
That ain't gonna happen.
That we love, that we work so hard to do, but it's just a certain division that needs to be brought to everyone's attention and understanding that, no, this is something that's been going on, and it's just getting to a point where it's like, all right, now enough is enough. I think there's
enough is enough, man. Enough is enough, man. Yeah. Yeah, enough is enough.
a larger conversation that needs to be had that is really above us, and I think that is the part that we really need to get to. So hopefully at All-Star, we can have an opportunity and a conversation, because at this time, something needs to change.
At All-Star, they want to have an opportunity and a conversation. That's what I was alluding to in the beginning. They're gonna walk into Caitlin Clark's room. They're gonna knock on the door. Caitlin Clark's gonna open the door to her hotel room. She's gonna peek through it, and there's gonna be that, that sliding thing on the door, and all there's gonna be is like the chain, and she's gonna peek through and say, oh shit, she's gonna try to close the door, and then all the players at one time, Brittany Griner, Asia Wilson, they're all gonna just, let me, they're gonna bum rush her, they're gonna bum rush into that room, and they're gonna tie Caitlin Clark up to a chair. They're gonna tell Caitlin Clark, you're not leaving this room until you come out and you denounce those pests,
forcing her into uncomfortable spots and trying to take the ball out of her hands before she could take over. They picked her up near half court, bumped her on every opportunity, and pressured every dribble in hopes of forcing mistakes. But instead of backing down, she answered with complete confidence. She stepped well beyond the three-point line, knocked down deep shots without hesitation, and followed them with dazzling passes that ripped apart one defensive possession after another. In what felt like seconds, a close battle completely flipped, leaving even experienced defenders searching for answers. The arena exploded with every basket. Every trip down the floor seemed to swing momentum even further. The defense struggled to respond.
This time, something needs to change. It's actually disgusting. So I'm glad that Chelsea had an opportunity to speak up and had an opportunity to show that what we...
It's interesting that you're the one saying it's disgusting, Asia, because your close people and your fans were the ones that were saying Nafisa Collier is not black enough because she dates a white man. Those were your fans. Your fans. So I hope when you want to have this talk in this meeting, you address your fans. Your fans, when Nafisa Collier was winning the MVP race last year before she hurt her ankle, your fans were blasting her, saying she's not black enough, she's dating a white man, and all of this stuff. Your fans was being racist. Your fans been online being racist toward Caitlin Clark. I hope you got something to say about your damn fans. I hope so.
We've been going through, and we're going to continue to go through until we have that conversation. So that's what we're going to do.
I mean, just any of that behavior is not acceptable, and we need more companies to step up and do what Hilton did. You know, you're free to be a bigot and ignorant. You're also free to pay the consequences. And I think it's just a lot of times it's too easy to hide behind phones, and I'd rather people show up and be.
Okay, so she's saying she wants more people to do what Hilton did. Hilton fired the guy who said what he said to Chelsea Gray. How are you gonna fire people? And that's fine with me. That's fine. Whatever. That's cool.
The opposing bench looked stunned, and the crowd only got louder as the incredible run continued. You could almost feel the pressure building with every possession as the game slipped further away from the opposition. This wasn't simply a lucky stretch or a few fortunate bounces. It looked like a player reading every defensive adjustment before it even happened. Smart decisions, incredible vision, and fearless shooting completely changed the game. In just a short burst, she turned a tense contest into one that felt completely under control.
Y'all claim y'all don't want fans, but y'all claim all her fans are racist, but y'all want to reap the benefits and collect more money from her fans, right? So which one is it? Y'all want to have your fucking cake and eat it too, and it's not going down. Like, stop it.
Been in touch with the league about this, and if so, have they offered their support?
I've talked to, I think I just saw on my phone, there's maybe a couple messages, but not directly, no. Silence is just agreeance, or sometimes silence is that you just don't want to ruffle feathers, but then you're neglecting a certain population that's actually getting affected by it. So the ball is in their court. I've done my job. I will continue to do my job. My teammates will too. And it's all part of a bigger systemic racism issue, and that's how it shows up for us as Black athletes.
I don't think people quite understand that. I think they see us in uniforms and think, oh, you're just supposed to deal with it. Go for it. Absolutely not. We're still human. We are women that walk this world every single day, trying our best to get to the next level. So it's heartbreaking to see those things happen, but it's also heartwarming when you have a franchise that's behind you 100%.
Obviously, there's a lot of eyeballs on what we do now. But I'd rather shed light on cockroaches and let them scatter and get out. Old fans, new fans, there's just no place for it in women's basketball or in society in general. So
I agree. I'm not like once again, I'm not with racism. I'm not with people being a homophobe. I don't care what you're into. But at the end of the day, y'all are labeling an entire fan base racist. Bro, Chelsea Gray was getting crazy messages a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and there's plenty of comments showing the date where it had nothing to do with the Caitlin Clark or Indiana Fever game. And I think it's really, really shady and janky that y'all waited
showing why so many people believe she belongs among basketball's brightest young stars. When the final buzzer sounded, many assumed the biggest story had already happened on the court, but according to later reports, the conversation was only beginning once everyone headed toward the tunnel. Several reports claimed emotions remained heated after the game as players and league figures processed what they had just witnessed. One widely discussed report alleged that Aja Wilson approached the young star during the post-game walkout and said, "We need to talk." While accounts of exactly what happened vary, the reported interaction quickly sparked widespread debate across basketball fans and media alike. According to those reports, the atmosphere in the hallway became tense enough that security personnel and arena staff were present as emotions settled down. While there is no confirmed public evidence that the situation became physical, the reported disagreement immediately fueled speculation about frustrations that had been building beneath the surface for some time. The discussion didn't stop with the players. Some reports also claimed that respected coaching figures, including Becky Hammon, were drawn into the conversation as opinions spread about how the situation had been handled. Those claims remained the subject of debate, but they added another layer to an already emotional night and pushed fans into heated discussions across social media. To many observers, the bigger issue wasn't just one reported confrontation, it was the growing conversation about competition, leadership, and how new stars are welcomed into the spotlight. Some fans argued that established names struggled to accept the arrival of a new face commanding so much attention, while others believed the reactions were simply part of elite competition. Either way, the performance forced everyone to pay attention, and it sparked questions that reached far beyond one game. Moments like this remind everyone that basketball is always evolving, and every generation eventually introduces someone capable of changing the conversation in a huge way. Think about what this moment could mean for league executives, television partners, and everyone invested in the business side of the sport. As attention around the game exploded, reports suggested that league officials and network decision makers were closely monitoring the reaction and discussing how to respond to the growing wave of headlines. With millions of fans weighing in online, the spotlight suddenly became much brighter than anyone expected. At the same time, rumors quickly spread about possible conversations involving future national team decisions and player evaluations. While those reports remain unconfirmed, they fueled non-stop debate across social media and sports talk shows. One thing was clear, the league and its biggest decision makers were facing intense public scrutiny, and many fans felt carefully managed public messaging was no longer enough to calm the conversation. For months, many supporters argued that physical play and heated moments on the court were being explained as nothing more than normal competition or part of a rookie's adjustment to the professional game. But a growing number of fans believe there are inconsistencies in how similar situations are viewed and discussed. They questioned certain officiating decisions, pointed to hard contact that they felt deserved more attention, and argued that long-standing stars often receive different treatment than newer players. Whether those claims are fair or not, the conversation has become impossible to ignore. Beyond the competition itself, the business side of the league is changing fast. Sponsors, broadcasters, and advertisers are paying close attention as fan interest continues to grow around one of basketball's biggest rising stars. Ticket demand, television audiences, social media engagement, and merchandise sales have all become major parts of the discussion. As excitement builds around a new generation of talent, many believe the league is entering a new era where fresh faces are reshaping the spotlight and changing the direction of the sport. Then came the reaction that really kept people talking. Within minutes of the final buzzer, social media lit up with highlight clips, fan reactions, and non-stop debates about what everyone had just witnessed. Every major sports page seemed to be sharing the same incredible sequence, while thousands of fans argued over whether this was one of the most dominant short stretches in recent basketball history. The buzz wasn't slowing down, it was growing by the minute. Former players, analysts, and commentators also weighed in with very different opinions. Some praised the performance as a glimpse of basketball's future, pointing to the confidence, court vision, and ability to deliver under pressure. Others argued that one unforgettable game shouldn't define an entire career and reminded fans that every great player eventually faces tough challenges. That split in opinion only made the discussion even louder. The biggest takeaway, though, wasn't just the points on the scoreboard. It was the shift in attention. Every standout performance raises new expectations, and this one placed an even brighter spotlight on one of the game's fastest rising stars. Opposing teams now know they'll be preparing for someone capable of changing a game in just a few possessions, and every matchup from this point forward is likely to draw even more attention from fans and the media alike. Meanwhile, supporters continue continued breaking down every play, searching for the moment that completely changed the momentum. Some focused on the deep three-pointers, while others pointed to the smart passing and calm decision-making under heavy defensive pressure. No matter which highlight people chose, the same question kept coming up again and again. Was this the performance that signaled a changing of the guard? One unforgettable stretch doesn't settle every debate, but it can completely reshape the conversation. If this level of play continues, every opponent, every coach, and every fan will be watching closely to see what happens next. The spotlight has never been brighter, and the expectations are only getting bigger. For many fans, this moment highlighted a growing disconnect between the league's biggest rising stars and the conversations happening around them. As new talent continues to capture headlines and bring more attention to the sport, supporters are expecting that same excitement to be matched with professionalism, consistency, and respect across the board. The spotlight has never been bigger, and every decision is now being watched more closely than ever. The reaction following All-Star Weekend spread fast across sports media and social platforms. Fans filled comment sections, shared clips, debated key moments, and voiced strong opinions about everything from officiating to the league's handling of post-game situations. Whether people agreed or disagreed, one thing became obvious. The basketball community was fully engaged and everyone seemed to have something to say. Critics who questioned her impact suddenly found themselves facing a much tougher conversation. Supporters pointed to her performances, the growing crowds, the television audiences, and the non-stop attention surrounding every game as proof that she has become one of the biggest attractions in basketball. Others argued that sustained greatness is measured over time, but very few could deny the influence she has already had on the sport. This feels like a turning point for the league. The game continues to evolve, a new generation of stars is stepping forward, and fans are playing a bigger role than ever in shaping the conversation. Attendance numbers, television ratings, online engagement, and merchandise sales have all fueled discussions about where the league is headed next. The spotlight is clearly expanding and expectations are rising right along with it. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Do you think this All-Star Weekend became a defining moment because of what happened on the court? Or did the conversations afterward become an even bigger story? Did the reactions from players, coaches, and fans surprise you? Or do you think this level of debate was inevitable as the sport continues to grow? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear where you stand. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next big basketball story. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.